Hello everyone. It's a bit late today. I had a few things I had to do. And I got lots of messages there already. Preparation is pretty good. Yes, guys, we have an incredible match today. Well, maybe I shouldn't be that excited. The reality is that we have pretty much bedded down the top three. And fourth is really going to be between Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai Indians, in my opinion. Well, we have to wait and see how Mumbai Indians play, of course, in the next match. But you'd have to see that this match is. Just have a look here. All right. So people, I'm not sure if you're still there. Jason Roy is on song. We must be most destructive batsman after Bairstow. He certainly is. This is game 52. RCBs and Bangalore will win. Okay, that's fair enough, Ramajan. Whatever, Virat Kohli and most important, they left the person. Okay, I'm not sure what that comment is, but Bangalore versus Hyderabad, really third place versus last. Very important for the momentum side of things for Bangalore to actually have a form of ascendancy. But I have to say that the way that Kohli has been playing himself of late, he's been batting quite soundly. So the match starts in about an hour and 4 minutes, as you would know. The RCB team featuring Maxwell, who's in incredible form. And I had an Aaron Finch video that came up just a bit earlier today, and it showed. So who are the people online? I can probably John's there. I can see it. But Baram was there earlier. Saman Shashrik was there earlier. Amnit should have started this. There's a few of you that were on there for. I can't see when you guys were on. I'm here, so guys, don't worry. You know that I sometimes can be late. I'm on every single day. Don't forget, guys. We can occasionally be late. The game's still well in advance, so it's not like I'm truly late. So the RCB, it's their 100th IPL, and they have an eye on second place, so they have a chance of getting second place. Of course, they have to knock off Sunrise Hyderabad with a lot of gusto. The actual top. Let me look at the table itself. So looking at the points table. So this is the 13th match for both Hyderabad and Bangalore. They catch up to all other teams. Then they have one game left. 4 games of cricket, 1 game left for all the teams. And the importance of this match could be that if RCB do win, well, they certainly won't go. They're going to find it hard to actually go any higher than third. Why? Because Delhi are on 20. Bangalore will go on to 18 if they win, and their net run rate's minus 0.157 compared to Chennai's, which is 0.739. They've got no hope of getting into it. Realistically, no hope of getting it. Well, I shouldn't say no hope, but they're going to be very much doubtful if they're getting the third, but they can push. I guess they can. Right. So, who have we got here? Has Baram joined us? Baram hasn't joined us. 3 RCB versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. That's a good stat. Norman might have gone to Steve Waugh's house. I'm here now. I messaged you, Norman, on WhatsApp. Did you? Where did you get that? On which WhatsApp? I never really know which WhatsApp. Anyway, I was only delayed. I wasn't far from coming online, so I'm here. So, Alice Good, you're saying. All right. So, again, as I was saying earlier, this match is the 100th match. WA is WhatsApp, not Western Australia. So it starts in 1 hour, 1 minute. The Bangalore team are in third currently. So again, we'll go through the top the teams. Delhi Capitals, 13 matches, 20 points. Chennai, 13 matches, 18 points. So Delhi have got a slight lead there. RCB on 12 games, 16 points. So if they win today, they go to 18. They'll be still third, but equal second, actually. So those three sides are through. Sunrise, 4 points gone. Rajasthan Royals, 1 match to go. They're on 10. They've got no hope. Punjab Kings, also realistically, with 1 match left. Even if Kolkata and Mumbai Indians both lose, they will only go to 12. So their run rate's just simply not good enough. So they will be out. So really, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Sunrise Hyderabad gone. Delhi, Chennai, and Bangalore in. And it really is a KKR Mumbai Indians fight. And we've seen some stats. Hello, Shreyas Guthrie. So what are you saying, Delhi, if Bangalore goes final prediction, New York champions in IPL? That's true. If they do play, they will be. That's correct. They'll use different pitches. The T20 World Cup, they're going to use the same square, the same block of square, but they may not. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they have kept fresh pitches for the World Cup. You would hope so, but that's still the World Cup. There's still several matches, so even that will be a problem. It's going to be an interesting dilemma they're going to have, because even though they've got 3 grounds, as in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah, they really haven't got the opportunity to have clean pitches. They're going to have slightly damaged pitches. It's just a sheer fact of it. Okay, so RCB versus SRH, the head-to-head has played 18. SRH won 10, RCB won 8. Well, that's maybe indicative of the past, but that's certainly not going to affect today's match. It's going to be the other way around. Fire and ice, yes, okay. But the grounds will be the same. Yeah, they're the same grounds. Anish, India don't play at Sharjah. Okay, that's interesting. As far as the ground is concerned, yeah, they've got what an incredible first game they've got. What an incredible first game against Pakistan. That's going to be Australia playing South Africa, but I don't know whether there's. I didn't sleep in. I actually got carried away on a phone call with a friend of mine.
I cannot hear you, Norman. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, 1 second. My speaker is off. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. So we've just ticked over into the 7th of October here. Still the 6th of October where you are. And today, later on this afternoon, or much later on, Australia play India in the T20 opener of that particular part of the series. I'm really predicting India will do well there. But so back to this match. Really, they're saying that this is the 100th match for RCB in the IPL.
Okay.
And the fact is the record so far is it's 10-8 Hyderabad's way, but that's going to change today. There's no hope in hell that Hyderabad are going to win this match. RCB's going to.
What happened in yesterday's match, Norman? Can you jog my memory? What happened in yesterday's match?
Yeah, Mumbai Indians absolutely smashed, absolutely pulverized.
Demolished is the correct word.
Well, I mean, they did that, but they shouldn't have to be doing that. I mean, they're going to have to do something similar in the last match too, even more dramatic.
See, Norman, they were at minus 0.453 of run rate. From minus 4.53, they have now gone to like almost 0, like 0.04, something like that. So they cleared a deficit of 0.45. Now KKR is something like 0.299 or 289, something ahead.
294.
Yeah. So even if KKR wins, let's say they would be 350 or 400 something. So that shows that even if KKR wins, Mumbai still have hope. If they replicate this kind of performance against a very well performing team like SRH, we all know how SRH is performing. So
badly. Huh?
Yeah, there is a possibility.
I'm not saying there isn't.
KKR actually
The
has been good.
KKR. That means all the stars have to align. It has to be incredibly. The fact is, both. Yeah, it's possible. Yes, I'm not saying it's not possible, but do they deserve to be in the four? Is the other question. All right. Yeah.
I think so. Given the other teams, I would say, and
okay. So you're agreeing with me that Delhi, Chennai, and Bangalore are through.
Yes.
Okay? And Punjab, Rajasthan, and Sunrisers Hyderabad are out.
Yes.
So it's down to Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai. They're really out of the fight. What a pity that those two teams aren't playing in the last match. That would have made it interesting.
Who two teams, KKR and Mumbai?
If they played the last round against each other, they were in that position. But no, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, also you need to note that Mumbai is actually playing on the last day, so they will exactly know what needs to be done. Even that's and let's say if KKR lose,
no, Mumbai's not playing the last game. The last game is, or they're playing at the same time.
Yeah, they're playing the same
time.
But they will
RCB versus...
See, last game is what RCB versus DC, right? So that
Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, that anyway would be a game like who will be 1 and 2. But if CSK wins against Punjab Kings, then they are assured of being in the top 2. It won't matter what RCB does or what DC does.
No.
Because in the last match, either RCB will get 2 points or DC will get 2 points. And CSK has a very, very good run rate. So CSK just makes sure that they win.
So the last, I think, I don't think I posted that. I had that last, the last 5. I think I posted the last 5 games as one. Pretty sure I did. I like I said, an actual. Do you know what I mean? Like there's an actual.
Last 5 games as one means I didn't get it.
No, but I'm saying I had it as a. Let me have a look. I'll explain it to you. No, I just want to see this. I had a certain graphic that I put together, which showed the teams as they finished. I'm not sure whether I actually posted that.
So what Amit Srivastava is saying is...
I didn't post it. I should have posted that. That's a very good post. There's one there that I can post, which what it does is it actually provides you with those 5. But there, okay. So RCB versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. Your result will be today. You think RCB, okay? Then Chennai play Punjab. Chennai will win that. KKR playing Rajasthan Royals. Well, you would expect KKR to win that. Mumbai versus Sunrise Hyderabad. You expect Mumbai to win that. So they're the two. Then RCB versus Delhi Capitals. Probably Delhi Capitals will win that. Would you agree?
That match, who knows? Even RCB can win because RCB team actually is looking, the batting wise, they are much more stronger than DC.
Yeah, Maxwell's really the key. Did you see the interview today from? I put it together for what's the name for Aaron Finch.
Yeah, so a little part of it.
Yeah, that was quite. So I'm just posting and I posted.
When is the Australian team heading for Dubai? Have they already reached there, or what's the plans?
No, they're leaving tomorrow. I think they're leaving.
Okay, so those who are at the IPL will just transfer bubble to bubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean, yeah, that's. I think the players were left a bit late. To be honest with you, I think they should have went earlier. Honestly, because it's. So you can't tell RR can win that match about the match against Kolkata. Well, if Kolkata Knight Riders are beaten by Rajasthan Royals and Mumbai win, Mumbai are through, correct?
Yeah, Mumbai just needs to win. That's it.
Okay. Are you suggesting that?
But RR lost very badly to Mumbai, so they would also want to make a comeback because they will have also they don't want to have 2 bad matches on the line. So and we have seen RR is like a very unpredictable team. Like they can, I think they scored all their runs against Chennai and had no battery left to score against Mumbai.
Yeah. So 4th and 5th position are up for grabs.
And even the top two. So it's still a lot to play. Chennai has to make sure they win against, because Chennai definitely would not want to come to number 3 and then play extra matches to get into the final.
So explain to me what. So the top 2 teams do what? How does it work? Why is it a disadvantage to be third?
See, if your top 2, 1 and 2 play each other, whoever wins goes directly into the final. So whoever loses then plays against the winner of 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 play together and 3 and 4 play together. So winner of 1 and 2.
So you don't get a situation where 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3.
No. So this is actually a better format. So it basically gives you an advantage for being top of the table. So that's the advantage of being 1 and 2. That it gives you additional chance of getting into the final. So with 3 and 4, whoever loses is out. Whoever wins plays the loser of 1 and 2, and then whoever wins that game goes into the final. So that's the advantage.
So it's possible that 1 and 2 can play each other twice.
Yes, it's possible. It happened many times in IPL. It has happened, I think, many times. 1 and 2 play the loser, then loses and comes back into the final.
I personally don't agree with that format. I think 1 should play 4 and 2 should play 3.
But the thing, I don't agree with that, Norman. I agree with this because then it gives the old. What's the use of then playing all this and being at the top of the table? You should get some advantage, right?
Okay, all right. I'll accept that. But yeah, all right. So
because if 2 and 3 play together, that's like very close team playing, and if you lose 1, you're just directly. So whole tournament you have played well, you must have been, and just for that 1 match you are being penalized. So it's like giving a chance. So this kind of a setup is much better. So
it's rather incredible how the important team at the moment between all of these is actually Sunrise Hyderabad. They may be the important stumbling block for Mumbai. Effectively,
in fact, I would say the bigger what Mumbai would really hope is to RR to defeat KKR. Or then
what happened early in the tournament? Did KKR beat Rajasthan?
Pardon?
Earlier on in the tournament, did Kolkata beat Rajasthan?
Don't remember. I think so. They did. But earlier, CSK had defeated RR. Then RR defeated CSK.
But okay. But the reality is that Rajasthan Royals have no hope of making the finals. Correct? No. Rajasthan Royals cannot make the final.
Their run rate is so bad that even if they somehow they think that let's say RR defeats KKR, they will come on 12 points. And let's say SRS defeats Mumbai, still KKR will go through because RR's run rate is very bad. They are at -7 now, 0.7.
Yeah, that's correct.
So even if they do something like, let's say what Mumbai did, they would be able to come to -0.4, and KKR would be then somewhere 0.1.
Yes.
If that kind of magic happens.
So Punjab, Rajasthan, Hyderabad are all definitely out.
Yeah,
and Delhi, Chennai, and Bangalore are definitely through.
For all practical purposes, they are out. Means,
so really, Kolkata, Mumbai are playing for 4th spot at this point.
Yes.
As simple as that. Yeah, I think we won't have to overemphasize things, but yeah, that's. But RCB have to. But it's about momentum as well.
That is for that 1 and 2 spot also. So CSK needs to make sure that they defeat Punjab Kings.
Yeah.
Because then there might, if let's say they lose, then there is a chance that RCB might topple them.
Who would topple who?
RCB will be second and Chennai will be third.
It's not going to happen. I actually think the way that the actual table looks now, currently, the 1 to 8, is the way they're going to finish. Maybe Punjab might drop below Rajasthan, but that's the only change I can see.
See, there is a district. See, if CSK lose to Punjab Kings, that's a possibility can happen given the way CSK is formed. And RCB wins the next 2 matches, then 1 and 2 will be RCB and DC. So that's something very reasonable probability that can happen.
The Delhi Capitals versus RCB last game will become pretty important in terms of momentum.
Okay.
You understand? Not necessarily the points that come out of it, but the momentum for RCB. RCB are a team that need momentum. I saw that Nathan Coulson-Nile played very well. It's amazing how he's not playing for Australia, isn't it? It's quite incredible. Don't you think?
Jimmy Neesham also was bowling great. It was the best part about I liked about yesterday was removing Krunal Pandya. And even the very bold decision of getting Ishan Kishan in and making an opening.
There's a comment here saying, I hope David Warner gets a game to prove himself. To prove himself? What is it to prove himself?
There are talks that he might play today.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because they've got no over winning the comp anyway. And are they doing it? But he was truly dropped. The last games he was dropped. He wasn't just rotated, he was dropped. And Jason Roy played very well. So you're suggesting that Roy wouldn't play and Warner would play in his place? No.
No, Roy would still play. Maybe put in Warner for somebody else. Because anyway, the batting, nobody is hitting. Even Kane Williamson is not scoring.
So what are you saying? That Williamson, Roy and Warner, the 3 internationals, foreigners, would be brought in and they'd only have 1 bowler?
Because they need to beef up their batting. That's the biggest part what they are happening.
Now, there's this comment about who will be the T20 squad. After listening to Aaron Finch, it looked to me as if Aaron Finch will be in there with Warner. Steve Smith will probably be there as well. Maxwell. Stoinis' injury allows Agar and both Zampa and Agar to play. They look like they're keen on having Kane Richardson as well. Where is the partner? Good question. The partner should be here. Kane Richardson looks like Aaron Finch likes in the side. Mitchell Marsh will probably get a Guernsey as well. I'm trying to go through an Australian side here. I hope not Matthew Wade. In fact, I'll be absolutely devastated if Matthew Wade gets there. It should be Ellis myself. I think that he should be in there, but they're not really keen on him. The Australian side, people are trying to convince me that they've got a chance. I don't believe they've got a chance at all. Pitchers and Sharjah are like Chennai, horrible, and I think Abu Dhabi and Dubai are better. Well, Abu Dhabi's the best, I would argue. Dubai supposedly is, but it's not, in my opinion. So where is this word that you're saying that Warner will play? Who said that?
No, there were talks on ESPN Cricket Info.
Okay. Monga's article about Maxwell was well written.
Srivastav is saying Warner is leaving SRS shortly next season. I don't think
I would argue that he will. I'm almost certain he will.
They all will be out. The question of leaving. It's whether SRS would want to take him back.
Why would Warner want to play for a side
that
dropped him for captaincy and dropped him out of the team? And they've got Jason Roy there.
But let's say if SRH, like in some weird parallel universe, want to take Warner back, can Warner say that, no, I don't want to play this for this team? That's not possible, right? Once you're in the pool, anybody can pick you up.
He can put himself back into the auction list, I'm pretty sure. There's no way.
The auction list. Even if he gets his base price of, I think, 2 crores, that would be sufficient. He would be happy with that.
There's no way SRH are going to keep Warner. There's no way. You wouldn't drop the guy twice.
Yes, definitely pick him. I mean, he's a too big a player. Like, look at his last. If this IPL only has been a blip, Norman, you look at his last 5-6 IPL, he has been one of the top batsmen. and top
Yeah,
batting has been one of
we're
his.
not. I'm not talking about his batting form. I'm talking about his attitude. That's where the problem is. It's not about his batting form. It's about his attitude.
But don't make him captain. Give him free, like how Maxwell. You see that Maxwell and how he performed in RCB. Give him that kind of a role, and who knows, he might be working wonders.
Yeah, okay. I just think that he's going to want to start fresh. And look, when it comes down to money, if he's offered so many crores to go somewhere else, he'll go. So I mean, Shiva started saying that it's a farewell match, nothing else. Well, that could be the last match rather than this match. I don't think.
No,
I think that
about Dhoni, basically what Dhoni is hinting that he wants his last match to be played at Chennai for IPL. And let's say if he plays the IPL, he will definitely play the whole season. It won't be like he's playing half first match in Chennai and he's retiring. So let's say if he plays the next IPL, means he will play as per what he has said. And hopefully the IPL is held in India. Or we can say that let's hope the IPL is held outside, so we see Dhoni playing and playing. that can also be a.
See, people are suggesting that Warner should go to RCB. Why would you do that? They've got Maxwell there. They've got AB de Villiers there. You can't have a third person.
Yeah, but how many? See, they just can keep two players, right? I don't know, but recently they were saying even three players. So if two players for sure, it will be Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers. I don't see them keeping anymore.
No.
And then, see, Maxwell is like a big booty item. Every team would be bidding for him. And chance that RCB would again take him, then they have to spend a lot of money.
Well, they've got the money.
See, everybody will have the equal pool next year, Norman. It's not that so it won't be a simple game. All teams have equal amount of, and plus you will have two more teams. Think about that.
So is this the first time we've had equal money for each team? Is that right?
No, that's been throughout the IPL. They all have equal.
Okay.
Equal.
But then none of them spend all their money. Most of them don't spend all their money. Most of the teams do not spend all their money. They got
almost. No, I won't say like that, Norman. It's like I won't say yes. They not all spend all, but it's like at least 90% they do spend.
No, they've got incredible monies. Let's be honest, they've got an incredible amount of money. They've got too much. Okay, the team that picked Warner, I think it'll be one of the new two teams that will take Warner.
New teams are going to be announced on October 25, right?
October what date?
25. That's what was told.
Why would they pick them then? That's when the World Cup's already well and truly in train.
Just announce that which two cities will be the teams and who will be the owners. Just that.
Okay. But you get my point. They're creating media around the time when the World Cup's underway. That's a bit strange.
Because anytime, even after World Cup, anytime there's always India cricket going on. So anytime they do it, it's going to be there.
Okay, this question here. Women's Big Bash, women in general in Australia are doing very, very well. And the reason for that is really about the depth of domestic cricket. Men's domestic cricket, that is the Sheffield Shield and the grade competitions, aren't for some reason as strong. Women's has gone through the roof. Their domestic competition is the strongest in the world. Hence, the players are getting better and better and better. The key to any country's cricket is the domestic cricket. India's a good example. Ranji Trophy, the other two trophies for T20 and ODI, all those, they're very, very strong. And the IPL is very, very strong. Hence why India's doing so well. Australia's Sheffield Shield and the BBL, not the WBL, but the BBL, are not doing that well. Hence, Australia's dropping form. It's as simple as that.
In case of India, see, all these domestic, what you told about Ranji Trophy, the various trophies, they have been since long. What has actually changed is how the players are selected and groomed. There are people who go to the various small towns also and look for talent. They have kept a very good so that's how they are bringing up the talent and coming up. So that is actually what has changed. compared to previously, because all these trophies and matches they were all there before also, but it's how the talent is selected and equality is given or fair play is given, that kind of thing. Now, see one classic example. You look at Sachin Tendulkar's son. Sachin does, but still his son is not given a chance, or not. It's all on merit. So that is one big reason why all these things are happening. If you look at any other country, if you would have such a big name, his son would have definitely played till now. But even with the stature of a person like Sachin Tendulkar, his son has still not got it. That really shows that.
Yeah, but okay. But I still think domestic cricket in India is very strong. Australia's domestic cricket's not very strong. And that's where we have a problem. Women's domestic cricket in Australia is strong.
No, Norman, I have an argument over there. If you're saying domestic is not, is with how did in the 90s and 2000s Australia have such a strong team? It was the same domestic setup, right?
No, it's not about the setup. It's about just, well, the consistency of the matches being played.
Okay.
Over the COVID season, over the previous few years, Sheffield Shield's been pushed to one side and the BBL has taken on the better amount of time. And that affects, you can't play domestic cricket, that is Sheffield Shield, and play a couple of games, all the games at the beginning of the season and then nothing for most of the season, then a whole lot at the end. That's not a consistent format.
But this is happening since how many years? Is this some very recent due to Corona, or this is
But do you want to know? Because of the onset of the BBL and some extent WBL and something called the WNCL and various other and Test matches, Sheffield Shield cricket has actually reduced in time, and they don't play it throughout the whole season. Do you understand? So if you're not playing domestic cricket all the way through the season, and there's no warm-up matches to Test matches as much as there used to be, the summer season has been reduced. So all the finals, for example, for Sheffield Shield, are played on lesser grounds. The players not getting exposure to the big grounds. They're playing in a clump, nothing, another clump. That's what I mean. It is different because those domestic games are not played consistently week in, week out throughout the whole season. They've been interrupted by BBL, the AFL, and the rugby league seasons have become later and longer, and they use the cricket pitches of the main grounds, so that ground's not being utilised. They've been rushed, they've been shoved, they're played quickly together. That's what I'm talking about. The emphasis on domestic cricket's gone. A lot of the national players don't play the domestic cricket at all. It's quite a mess.
Sujay is asking, who's your favorite international team, Norman?
Which one?
Sujay, and Manchi is also online.
What is your favorite? My name is, well, international team. I mean, other than my own country. I mean, obviously Australia. I always favour them, of course. But I like India a lot. I love the West Indies in this format. I think they're exciting. I even like Pakistan when they play. And New Zealand have come through with Test cricket. So there's a whole range of teams I like. I'm very negative about Australia and South Africa of late because they're playing well below the potential. There's a lot of issues there.
But your best team, I heard, is England.
In what format?
In cricket.
No, that's a sport. The format is T20, ODI, or Test.
All formats basically. Because you took all the names except England, so I've just Manchi also.
England, India, and New Zealand have improved their domestic competitions. Okay, greatly. Australia's domestic competition is struggling, and South Africa's got all sorts of other issues with selection, let alone their domestic seasons. It's a similar situation in England. The 4-day games are at the beginning and end of the season. Midsummer is all white ball cricket, and we wonder why our batting teams are weaker. It's true. You can't play the 4-day/5-day format. A couple of games at the beginning and a big gap and over-contract on the short form. You can't be a consistent batsman in the longer form. That's the problem. What they should do is they should bite the bullet and actually split the whole thing up bit by bit. Play at ODI teams throughout the season, play longer form, like 4-day, then an ODI, 4-day, ODI, 4-day, ODI. Spread it out. Not play clump
do
after
12,
clump.
maybe Manchi can also answer this, and you too, Norman. Do like 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds play 3-day test matches? Like in India, they do. In fact, they do that a lot than playing normal matches.
What do you mean, age-wise?
Age-wise, like 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds. In India, there's a group, under 12s, under 14s. So especially in the big cities, they play a lot of 3-day test matches. Imagine 12-year-old kids playing 3-day test matches.
No, that's wrong. They're underdeveloped. They shouldn't be playing that with that amount of pressure. It's too young.
That's how they are starting them with.
Predictions from tonight's game are clear. It's RCB by a landslide. They're going to. Sunrise Hyderabad played a bit better last match because of Jason Roy's involvement with Williamson. If they play Warner, they're in trouble. Okay. Yeah, Samad won't bet 4. Royal Challengers Bangalore have elected to bowl. They won the toss and elected to bowl. Okay? So that's the... Again, teams are winning the toss and electing to bowl. Aren't they?
Yeah, that's a clear-cut sign. The only team which weirdly, I think, and then they lost was CSK. That they won and elected to bat. They scored big, but still RR came back and beat them.
Why would you put Warner back on the side? Can you explain to me why he's been dropped? And then Jason Roy played well. So why would you bring him back in?
Is it confirmed Warner is playing?
No, I didn't say that. I'm suggesting it.
But
so RCB won the toss, elected to bowl. That's, again, what happened. What did Delhi do in the last match? Not Delhi, sorry, Mumbai. They won the toss and bowled, didn't they?
Yeah.
Correct? Well, it's pretty much sealed the deal for RCB winning this match, really.
But they're still not announced who are the... Or there are no changes.
It's only a couple minutes away.
Okay.
They'll announce it.
Who do you think is behind the scenes in SRH camp regarding Warner? I think...
okay, Virat Kohli said there were no changes to his side. Virat says the pitch seems to settle down nicely and play better in the second half of the evening. His team has got into the groove. The right stage now with 3 wins in a row. He says the top 2 is something we're motivated to go for, and having already qualified, give them freedom to do that. No changes. So Virat, I like the way he says that. He's got no changes. It's pretty impressive, I'd say.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so it's a very confident mood. Don't you think?
Maybe he wants to go with a template into the playoffs.
Well, the template worked for the longer format.
Mm-hmm.
Severa's got exactly the same side. Look, they're going to. If Sunrise Hyderabad play Warner, they're making in my opinion, a huge mistake. It makes absolutely no sense.
I would actually play him. I would, because anyway, my batting.
Why? Out of sympathy? No. Williamson's team's also no changes either.
Okay.
So nobody's been dropped. No, I knew that would happen. I mean, this word about, I think it's almost like a media speculation about the situation with
Mm-hmm.
I think it's media speculation. There was no facts at all in it. There was no suggestion that Warner would play.
Human has a very good comment, Norman. Can you put it online? It's a.
Which one?
And I highly agree with that. Human. Yeah. I completely agree with this. Because really, in fact, with the T20 test has become popular, and ODIs, like right now, people are talking about ODI just for World Cups, like bilateral series or that nobody has even cared about.
No, that's true. ODI has taken a hit, and deservedly so. It's a very very tiring format now. I find it very, very tiring. Really,
And also, the ODI World Cup happens once every 4 years, whereas T20 is happening every 2 years. Even now, Test match is happening every 2 years. So
yeah.
maybe they get the ODI also every 2 years. Who knows?
What's Munchie's comment?
Does the template include crying off before the last game? Or the IPL or the Test match?
Or was he talking about Warner there?
I don't know. I think he's referring to the Test.
Yeah, RCB.
But I'm still not. I'm still perplexed that why has ICC till now been? Isn't there a date by which they need to say like, okay, what happened of the Test series and will that? Where is the official?
I wish it was. I've almost forgotten about that. It's becoming so annoying. Okay, so RCB, Coley with Patakal, Bharat, Maxwell, De Villiers, Christian, Shabazz Ahmed, George Garton, Slash. Now, it's funny. They've said no changes, but they've announced the RCB side. They've gone George Garton / Winder has a ringer. Well, it can't be Slash. It's one or the other. It was George Garton.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, they made a mistake, haven't they? If there's no changes, you can't have a slash between two players, can you?
The last moment injury fell in the.
That's really poor.
Now they've removed the slash.
I've just removed the slash.
Yeah.
Have they removed the slash now, have they?
No. Yeah, they have. George Garton, not Hazaranga.
Yeah. And of course, Sunrisers Hyderabad unchanged with Roy and Saha, Williamson, Garg, Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad, Holder, Russian Khan, Bhuvi Kumar, Siddharth Cole, and Umran Malik, the fast bowler. Isn't he? He's the one that's got pace, isn't he?
Yeah. And good pace. He bowls 4 or 5 deliveries in an over. He's not like a one ball yield ball more than 50. He bowls 4 or 5 balls consistently above 150.
But let's be honest, this side's not good enough to beat RCB, though.
Yeah, batting, nobody's clicking other than sometimes Jason Roy. That's it. But the whole, see, again, for the performance-wise, blaming Warner is completely wrong. Definitely, like what you said, are all political issues that he's out of the team. It's definitely not to do with the...
And they won't put him in the last game either.
No,
that's tokenism. Okay, and it's actually insulting to the player that gets dropped in the last game if Warner were to go back in. Warner's been dropped. And Trevor Bales will stick to his word. That's a good question. Arun Singh, he says that Christian is the lucky charm for RCB. I would agree with that. What has happened to Kyle Jamieson? He's a player that should be playing for RCB. Why is he not playing? I wonder.
He didn't get any good performance like. His performance was average, nothing to brag about also.
Yeah. Kunal and reckons to give them the last game as a send-off. No way. What send-off? I mean, you don't give a player, if he's been dropped from the side, you don't bring him back for a send-off.
Not coming to the ground is like the ultimate. I don't think there can be anything... I mean, no words can describe that. Not coming to the ground itself.
No, you're right.
Means your team, at least, you should be there at the ground. Like, see, when the previous leg, when he was dropped, he was there at as the 12th man, getting bottles and everything. And there was definitely some intent in him. But this is like completely gone, how can you say, out of the box or beyond words.
And then he had the flag and the stand as a...
I didn't see the flag thing, but as you said. So today also we see him with a flag in the stand. Harsh Gupta is saying Jamieson is dating, so that's why he's out. With the massage therapist.
He's what? He's dating.
Massage therapist.
He's been on Tinder. Has he?
No, with the massage therapist, you remember in the RCB dugout.
Oh yeah.
Thrashing and
Warner's. This is where Pawan Kumar's right. Warner's performance was pathetic in this season. It was, and even though he's played well before, he just can't. It's his attitude. That was his attitude. His attitude was the thing.
I would say yes, pathetic, but then look at the whole team. If you ask me, he is best among the worst. If you ask me who is the top scorer for SRS this season, you look, it is Warner. None of the others have scored. Jason Roy also, he was just the first match he did. After that, he was also inconsistent.
Look, Warner's created disharmony in this team. So Livingston loves the ball coming onto the batsman as fast strings. When the ball is slower, he struggles more than the same as James Roy.
Same as even with Ishan Kishan. Same. This is what the observance people have with Ishan Kishan. That he's a guy who's good to play the opening when the ball is new and hard coming on the bat.
Well, he proved that, didn't he? He got a 50 in the previous match.
Of 25 balls, that too.
Yeah, if you look at this, look, Bangalore have got Padikal's another player that's playing very well. Bharat's doing pretty well at first drop. Maxwell, De Villiers, Christian, great combination. Really, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Jamison if he's going to play at all. It doesn't look like they are. But the Hyderabad batting line, if you get Roy and Williamson out, they're gone.
Why even Williamson? Just Roy. And
this is a fairly, lackluster match, this one.
The only three batsmen who are reasonably scoring is Jason Roy, Abdul Samad, and Jason Holder.
So this is the 23rd match of the second leg. They had 29 in the first leg. This is the 23rd in the second.
No, that's
fairly
the second match, right? Four
Sorry?
more after.
In fact, all teams have got one round left.
Yeah, except so after today's match, all teams will have one match left.
Exactly. If you look at that table, it's pretty clear that it's between Kolkata and Mumbai for the fourth spot. That pretty much sums it up, I'd say. I reckon Shabazz deserved a mention. He's been an X factor for RCB. Yeah, he has. RCB look good. They look very sound. I would argue that their team is.
I think some very good upcoming players this IPL is Venkatesh Iyer, Avesh Khan, and Ruturaj Gaikwad. These three have been very good.
But RCB have won their last three matches too, by the way. So that's pretty impressive.
Harshal Patel has been good. So these four are, I believe these four, they should add them as reserves at least in the World Cup team. Who knows?
But I just don't think RCB are good enough to win the whole comp. I think it's going to be between Delhi and Chennai.
I don't.
Especially those two teams.
Honestly, CSK, I'm feeling that they are going down. I mean, they reached their peak, and it depends on this PBK's match. I get a feeling that they're going down. That's the.
So Harsh Gupta is saying that KKR can still qualify after losing the last match. Well, they can if Mumbai also lose the last match. Yeah. If Mumbai win the last match, then they can't.
They have to make sure. Means Mumbai has to lose for that.
I think that would be unlikely.
Let's say that happens. That would be like Mumbai shooting in its own foot, at its own foot.
No, I'd say that the way that Mumbai will play a broken SRH team will be pretty crunching. But okay, are you saying that if, say, for some reason Mumbai Indians do get through to fourth spot, can they win the whole thing?
Yes, without doubt.
But the realistic answer is they won't.
No, because I'm sure like DC and RCB would be already concerned and pissing in their pants. They all want Mumbai to be out because you give them one chance and who knows. If they put their foot in the door. Right now they put some toes in the door, but once they have their foot in the door, then who knows, they can go.
Actually, they haven't got anything in the door at the moment.
Yeah, right now I know, but let's see tomorrow. Tomorrow is the KKR match, right? Or no?
Yeah,
Or
I'm pretty sure it is. Let's have a look. Yeah, Chennai. No, Chennai play tomorrow. Oh well, if they Chennai play tomorrow early, and then Kolkata play late.
Manchi has a question. If the games were played in India, the league position of the top 4 determines home advantage. What advantage strategy is used for the UAE?
If the games are played in India, the league position in the top 4 division.
In UAE, what I understand, each team has been given a ground as their home team. Like,
yeah.
But it's multiple. Like Mumbai.
But if India played at home, it would only strengthen Delhi Capitals and Chennai Super Kings because those two teams play at home and play well. RCB are not necessarily a better team at home.
Mumbai are very good at home, Norman.
Yeah, Mumbai and Delhi are both very good at home. I would argue RCB, it's not that important to play at Bangalore for them, and Kolkata of late haven't necessarily played well at home. But it would have only just added more cement to the Mumbai performance.
Pawan Kumar also has a very good comment. He's talking about the England team. The big long comment.
Which one? That one there.
Yeah.
After seeing the form of Owen Morgan and Liam Livingstone and Sam Cane, Ben Stokes and Archer on the team, I think England will be out of the World T20 in group stages. My thoughts. No, I still think they're a huge chance.
But see, they don't have Sam Curran, they don't have Ben Stokes, they don't have Archer, which are one of their top players. Then Ian Morgan is out of form. Liam Livingstone is out of form, and out of form in exactly these conditions. So, and Jason Roy also, you can see, like, he's iffy. So who are we? Majority of the team is.
Well, Bairstow will be there. Butler's there as well.
Yeah.
I still think England are very.
Their group is West Indies, England, South Africa, and who's the fourth team?
It's not Australia.
And Australia.
Is it Australia?
Yeah. West Indies, England, South Africa, and Australia, and most probably Sri Lanka will be there.
So when does the qualifiers start for the World Cup?
17th of October.
That's very, very. It's not far away at all. Is it?
10 days left.
It'll be interesting to watch this new Umran Malik bowl to Maxwell. That'll be interesting.
Bumrah and Malik.
Fastball.
Okay.
But okay. So you're saying today will be an RCB win, are you not?
Yes. Especially RCB won the toss and decided to bowl. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a very so much being dependent on the toss, which is not a good thing for cricket. But nowadays we are noticing that a lot. Like Norman, all these the team or the skill level of teams are so close by that toss has actually become playing a big factor. Because
but it's predictable that everybody wants to win the toss and bowl, which is so against.
That shows that a toss. So this means that the toss has a big say to it.
Yeah. So the first qualifier is actually on Monday. Well, it's actually Sunday, but Monday my time, isn't it? And so the last group match is on Friday, isn't it? They've got a match. Yeah. They've got a doubleheader tomorrow and on Friday. So they're not wasting any time, are they? They're getting rid of it pretty quickly.
And there are some, like Amit Shiva, there are warm-up matches also in the T20 World Cup. I think they are live streaming. At least the India matches will be live streamed.
That'll be good. Yeah, so it's kind of like, I hate to be rude, but let's hurry up with the IPL now. Let's get to the World Cup. I think that's going to be, but the IPL semi-finals and playoffs will be interesting, yes. But it's predictable.
today's match is a very dull match, honestly, very mundane match.
It doesn't really have any bearing, really. No.
Only bearing is like RCB has to win it to make sure they or give them a chance to come number 2. But again, it's just to give them a chance. If CSK win tomorrow, this match actually would have no bearing on the
Punjab,
table.
Rajasthan, and Hyderabad are gone. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I can't see them. Mumbai's got the only chance. If Mumbai made that happen because of yesterday's performance, certainly. But if KKR win on their last match reasonably, basically that's it.
Harsh Gupta's answer is Coca-Cola.
What?
Harsh has a comment. So I'm just answering.
Now no manages to wait till 4 a.m. Coca-Cola, you're right.
Drink lots of Coke. But the Coca-Cola variety.
All right, I want you to talk about the qualifiers. Now you made me thirsty, guys. I need to get a drink. Talk about the qualifiers. Can you get the qualifiers? Yeah.
Maybe I'll take some. India will play against Australia and England in the practice match. Yes, definitely. Amit, watching SRS past 20 hours is the most difficult thing in IPL. I agree. It's pain in every part of the body. All your joints start, especially the eyes, depending on your time zone.
See what I'm having? See what I'm having?
Nothing but apples.
Yes.
Okay. You get apple juice in plastic containers.
There's no.
Here it's glass bottles only.
Anyway. Right, so that's the apple. So I've got the apple juice, and I'm going to show something else.
And where's your Coke? Okay. Manchi, they are not playing India in every game. I have predicted India, England West semi-finalists. After that, it's a lottery. India, England, West Indies, and Pakistan. Okay.
Did you say that?
India group, it looks very. I think India and Pakistan look at the team to qualify. Don't know where New Zealand, because the other team are New Zealand, Afghanistan, and whichever team comes, I think most probably Bangladesh.
So tell me, the qualifiers for the World Cup, who's in there?
You're talking about the group 1 and 2 in the association teams. So it's Sri Lanka, Ireland, Namibia, and Netherlands. From this, my teams are, I believe, for me, Sri Lanka and Namibia will go through. And the other group is Bangladesh, Oman, Papua New Guinea, and Scotland. From this, I think it will be Bangladesh and Scotland. So my teams to qualify are Sri Lanka and Namibia, and Bangladesh and Scotland.
It's not Ireland.
Pardon?
Not Ireland. They're in there, aren't they?
They are in Sri Lanka, Ireland, Namibia, and Netherlands.
No, I think Ireland will get through. And I think you might see a shock. Papua New Guinea might get through.
Could be that. Here I'm telling you, you will see a shock that Namibia will go through. I've seen.
What's the name of this biscuit?
Oh, that's my wife's favorite. Arnott's.
Yeah, what's the name of the biscuit though? Arnott's is the brand. Tim Tam.
Yeah. Tim Tam, yeah. My wife loves them, so every time we go to Australia, we have one bag is filled with Arnott's. We get them here also, but it's very expensive. So we fill them a lot in Australia.
All right. So the last words on Sunrise Hyderabad. I'm glad they have not. I'm glad they have not selected Warner because he won't play the last game. Tim Tam, yep. This is the low-fat version called double chocolate.
Double chocolate is low fat. We like the double chocolate, the original. None of the others. There are many flavors, right? Strawberry, then Oreos. Anyway, Pawan Kumar is saying Norman should try samosa. Definitely we should try it.
I'm a samosa captain.
Samosa captain, what's that?
I need to try vada pav. What's vada pav?
That day I told you, right? It's my favorite street food in India.
Right.
So it's like a veg potato and masala mix patty, which is kept between a bread, and you have like coriander and mint.
Why are we talking about food? This is not a bloody. This is not a food channel.
Viewers are increasing when we are talking about food. Because the match, nobody's interested in the match. Normal.
Maybe I should have a cooking class.
Could be. You can make your Coke and apple juice cocktail mixed with Tim Tam. Coke, apple juice, and Tim Tam mixed cocktail.
The one player that is Bhuvi Kumar's in the T20 squad, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a pretty significant bowler. I think we've not seen much of him during the series. He's been wasted with Sunrise Hyderabad. Put it that way, hasn't he?
Right.
Now, I'm really liking RCB's team, actually.
You're liking what?
I'm liking the RCB side. Especially with Maxwell playing well.
Lineup. If you ask me, one contender to win after the once the top four happens, it's RCB is a good contender to win the IPL this year, and I would actually want to, like, if it's not Mumbai Indians, then maybe a new team like DC or RCB win.
I will get this Chloe Amanda. I've spoken to her. She seemed pretty nice about coming on. Also, let people come on when they're ready. Let's not push people to come on, because it's always a bit of a problem when you push people.
Alan, when is he coming? Missing him. Alan, the spider.
He spoke to me today, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Chloe about meeting up with her. But with the World Cup and with the IPL and then the Test Series, the Australia-England Test Series has been confirmed. That's happening.
Yeah.
It's
and
Brisbane, Adelaide is good because they're both COVID-free. So Brisbane will go first, Adelaide will go second. Then it goes to Melbourne for the third, Sydney for the fourth. The danger is after the fourth, they may not be playing the fifth match in Perth, because Perth, as West Australia, may not let people in. They're very tough.
Why don't they start with Perth?
Sorry?
Why don't they start with Perth?
I guess they could. I hope they don't. I actually don't want. You know what? I don't want them to go to Perth, because the way their premier has carried on, he's been an absolute idiot. And in the case of Queensland, would you believe the Queensland government are not opening up their borders?
Queensland is Victoria. Oh no, Queensland is Brisbane.
Queensland's above, it's in Brisbane.
Okay.
And they are refusing to open their border to New South Wales, which is where I am in Sydney, based on not getting enough funding. So they're trying to angle funding to open up. I would say get lost.
Funding is provided by Canberra, right? What else to that?
Correct.
New South Wales, Canberra, something like that.
But it's a joke that a state government can try to hold ransom over a federal government. It's ridiculous.
It's common, it happens. No.
Okay.
For Indians, it's very common.
I reckon it's going to be a KKR RCB final. No. It's going to be Delhi Capital versus Chennai. Okay. The ECB will meet on Friday to decide whether or not the series duty on anything will take place. No, it's actually Munchie. It's been decided. They've announced that they're coming.
That yes, they will. Everybody has agreed. The top players have agreed. That's what at least the say. It was okay. Yeah, not an official statement set out, but very much.
No. That's Munchie. It's official. It's on. The Test series is on. Joe Root. What Munchie's reading a statement that happened a few days ago that's been overturned. It's officially on.
Today morning I saw the news.
Yeah. Is Amazon India also down now? What's happening to that? we had Facebook and
Instagram.
WhatsApp and everything was down. England and
The
Australia.
funny part was next day morning when I opened my Telegram, so many people joined. Like I got shocked. I was just looking like what happened. Then I realized that so what happened? Why so many people have joined Telegram?
Because WhatsApp was not available.
Yeah. Ridiculously, like my whole people joined Telegram. What's going on?
England and Australia both got beaten by India. Ashes is now overrated. Well, that's probably
So Manchi is saying update was 3 hours ago.
No, Munchie, it's been made official in Australia that the series is on.
Harsh Gupta has a good comment for you. Like
I shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Countdown 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have Jason Roy batting with Ridham Saha facing the first delivery from Munchie. I don't know what update you're referring to, but it's on. Maybe send me the link to what you're talking about because I haven't seen. It was basically decided here in Australia that it's on. The only decision we have to make is maybe the Perth venue may not be used. They've even decided to keep all the families together in Victoria in an open space. They're going to allow them to go out and train. They're going to even have perhaps have a practice match. So they're doing a lot. Okay. England and Australia should learn in its first-class system to improve it. I would agree. Michael Holding nailed it when he said the ECB would not call off a series against India like they did it with Pakistan, but I think it was more about security base. Well, true, but still. Abhishek is opening the batting with SH with Roy. Oh, interesting.
See, coming back to Manchi's comment was like, if that was the concern, why even call for a series? Then why make Pakistan get ready and then say no? You know, that's ridiculous because that concern or these facts were known well in advance. Why keep hopes up and do like that? This is like a girlfriend, saying, okay, I'll come on a date, and that guy is getting ready, booking the hotel and everything. And last word, girl calls up, oh, I can't come. It's not you, it's me. So this is what England did. It did the "it's not you, it's me" routine.
Where have you been drinking? Where did you get that from?
Normal, just a correlation to spice thing is up. But
So
that's the
Abhishek-
reality, right? That's exactly the reality. New Zealand went one step further. It's like they came, okay, let's meet, and by the time they reached the restaurant to start the date, and they said, no, I want to go home. My mom called me.
So Abhishek Sharma is opening the batting. Why would that be? Because actually, Ridham Saha did a pretty good job last match.
Maybe they want to change things.
Well, they're changing. They're not going to win anything. I suppose they've got no choice, have they?
Changes, because see, if you keep doing the same thing, you'll get the same result. So keep changing things.
But it's a bit. It's very insulting for Dave Warner because they're putting in people who are batting who are not the openers and his openers out.
I think the reason why they are not taking Warner is, as I said, Norman, it's political. It's nothing to do with, because if we're talking about performance, we would play anytime for
He has been damaging. He has undermined the club. He said he wouldn't announce the 4 players, 4 new debutants. He also talked about he was bad mouthing the selections. You don't pick us if a person does that, he's toxic on the squad. That's what the truth is. Don't you think?
Well, the looks of things, but what exactly happened till we don't know that, Norman, I don't think it's the right thing to comment. Something has happened for sure, yes, but what has happened, who's right, who's wrong, that's very difficult.
Warner's wrong. Clearly, Warner's wrong. Clearly, Warner's wrong.
Amit Shrivastava has a good comment. I never heard Holding say anything good.
No, that's not true. He said a lot of good things.
He's retiring from commentary also, right? Or already
How
retired.
old is he? How old is Holding? Do you know how old he is?
Holding, Michael Holding. I think 62 or 63.
No, he's older than that.
No, he's 62, 63. No.
He played in the 70s, so he must be. He was born in the 50s. That makes him probably close to 70.
I think 62, 63.
Okay, look it up.
He played the 70.
No
He
way.
played the
No,
75.
he's not 60 odd. There's no way. No way on earth.
Maybe somebody can comment fast and say. Michael Holding. 67.
Yeah, he's born in 1954, so he's 67, correct. So he's not, he's not a young man anymore. Although that coach for South Sydney, that guy Wayne Bennett, 71, 72.
But I think more than that, see what happened. The trouble or is the traveling and that all thing. It's difficult, that headache. See, if you're talking about Australia coaches for this and 71, 72 normal, but the traveling is not that hectic. Especially with cricket, there was person living in West Indies coming traveling to Middle East, India, Pakistan, Australia. It becomes really hectic, and it really
Abhishek
hurts.
Sharma, he's a left-hander. He's hitting the ball very cleanly.
Norman, I'll take a leave for today.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you at the time, okay? But
Okay.
The next few days it'll get quite busy. I'm going to have a lot more people on as well. But thanks, Ram.
Okay, take care, Norman. Bye. Bye,
Ciao,
everyone.
ciao.
Bye,
Ciao.
Manchi. Bye, Pawan. Bye, Harsh.
Yeah, so this is a good start by SRH. It is. Abhishek Sharma seems to be given a bit of a license to go and whack. Jason was only faced one ball. But it is a bit insulting for Warner to have Abhishek Sharma, who's not an opening batsman, opening the batting for the side. Oops. What a flick shot that was. Oh, he was effectively dropped, though. It's a pretty poor effort at that. Mohammed, this is an interesting looking flick. It's 67. Thanks, Baram. So that's good. Looks like Siraj has dropped the catch. And Kohli's got his arms on. It was a very difficult catch. Kyle Jameson's there. Oops, that's gone way up in the air. That should be caught. It is caught. Jason Roy is in awful form. That was an Abhishek. Two shots almost directly up in the air. One dropped, or out of reach and dropped, and one caught easily. So that was quite a. So Garton actually took the wicket. That's good. So SH one for 14 and Abhishek Sharma 13 off 10. So that experiment didn't work. Yeah, it's almost like there's no conviction in the SRH team. They kind of almost see themselves as finished, I'd say. Hate to say it, that's probably what's happened here. And Williamson's come in at first shot. Very demoralising for Dave Warner because he is about to play a T20 World Cup, you would argue, a significant role for Australia, and is in horrible form. And you've got someone like Aaron Finch who's come back from a knee injury. We heard his interview today. He says he's getting better all the time, but that means he's very short of match practice. Those two players. And you've got Marcus Stoinis who's on in the squad as well with his injury that he's still recovering from. Steve Smith batted pretty awfully all season. I mean, the likes of Mitchell Marsh are kind of thereabouts. And the only one which really stands up at all in the Australian batting lineup is Glenn Maxwell. He's one that's showing form throughout and maybe a crucial player. Then you look at the rest of the team. Zampa's a good bowler. Agar, then they've got a fairly understrength, faster bowling lineup. Unless they haven't got Nathan Coulter-Nile, so Australia are in deep trouble. I've never visited England, but after seeing the scenes, the last series, throwing corks and tweets, this is my perception. Okay. SAH have no chance, so they can do a chemistry experiments. All right. I don't know where you got that from. Very, very ordinary. This could be a real fizzer, this match. I hate to say it. Let's hope it's not a fizzer, but it could be. Ground looks very misty. Williamson facing, looks like Garton. Oh, Siraj actually bowling. Yeah, SAH are a real mess. Williamson's got some things to do to get their team back on track. Not this tournament, so it's the next tournament. But it's in April next year. It's already October. This is on less than 6 months. It seems to be rolling on. Previous IPL started late. This year started on time and then went through to a late. It must feel like IPL. So I should certainly be mentored there by Coley. A lot of words going on between them. So Williams played only 10 matches for 235 runs, 250, a strike rate of 114. Yeah, pretty average, really. Perception is one thing, reality is completely different, correct. And you can say that, but you can't deny these events by any means. Okay, it's true. I actually bumped into the guy that was the Australian heckler recently. So I was bowling very well. Very, very well. Munch, you don't want to come on? I'm expecting you to be a part of the Ashes series later in the year. Kane Williamson was a very commendable captain, but he just hasn't had the right squad under him this time around. A very heavily offside stacked fill there for Williamson. Siraj bowling very, very well. A lot of credit card related companies are being branded there. Pawan Kumar looks like he is most racist. Look at your own backyard. Okay. He's not racist, just relax. It was a nice drive by Williamson. Found the gap. More of a test match batting stance or batting style. I saw Warner with a flag again. Most expensive person you could ever have holding a flag as a fan flag. Coley's playing the shot that Williamson just did. Kumar, I'm not denying them, but it's wrong to tarnish everyone with the same brush. Is every Australian racist because a few idiots? But no, that's true. No, Maxwell does score great. Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. So again, this is game 52. RCB versus a fairly ordinary Sunrisers Hyderabad, I must be honest. To me, they need to just forget the season if they've not had a horrible season. Harsh Gupta, you're talking about racism. I don't want to talk about that. Very nice pull shot there from Williamson. Excellent shot. He's playing very test cricket-like in his shots, which is very commendable. So don't forget to view, like, and share the post, guys, and get others to subscribe if you haven't already, and move into a situation where we can hit 20,000. Been a bit quiet of late. That's all right. I'm happy with the way things are going. Let's not forgetting this is game 52. I can see Mike Hessen there having a chat for the RCB situation. So Mike Hessen, he seems to be he's a pretty good coach, although he hasn't played much cricket at this level. Who have we got bowling now? We've got Shabazz Ahmed with his left arm spinners. Let's see how he goes. Suddenly gives it a bit of a tweak, a bit of a turn there in his hands. It was good for him. Jason Roy's been extremely 1 off 3. He's been barely seen or sighted. He can go though. Playing a lot of balls fairly straight. I have visited the UK and did not find any racism. Look, racism is inherent in every country at some level or another, but I don't think any of it's ever vicious. It may be more of just a barracking for a country, just taking the mickey out of the opposition. I think that's mainly where the intentions are, really. Yeah, Williamson's very, very subdued. Norman Barb, happy. Okay, I'm not sure where. Patrish Ray, could you talk? I have to translate that. 1 for 25 or 3.3. This is by no means a fast start. Fairly sluggish, to be honest. Williamson, albeit batting very sensibly, is not really tearing them apart at the moment. Good bowling. Why am I talking about? Let's change topics. Come on, guys. Jason Roy is particularly a batsman. Will show his wares. If he bats with Butler, with Bairstow, they've got Morgan. They've got a pretty good side. I know no Ben Stokes. Sam Curran is a blow, yes. But he hasn't done much in this IPL, so maybe he's not in form anyway. Very sluggish starts, 1 for 26 after 4. He wants to run a ball, which is only 120, which is not a high score. Pitch looks quite flat, but not tinge of green, but still flat. And it's a good batting surface, really. Show us how live match, Norman. Just a little bit. Turn the thing on. Yeah, that's it there. See, I'm watching that. Can't show any more than that. Pratyush Rai, I can get in trouble doing that. So there you can see the batter's batting. See? And Coley dictating, don't hesitate, vaccinate, they're saying in the crowd there. Safari is the vehicle of choice. A lot of sponsorship going on for that. Gutton coming in again. Full rank, full toss. And Roy's put that ball away with a one-handed, almost like a cricket shot. Copyright strike coming off, just flashing on the screen. I didn't notice. It wasn't long. Roy had to really angle for that. I'm watching on an iPad, correct. It was actually on an iPhone. Roy doesn't look almost like a tennis shot there. He said like almost like a forehand. Most bizarre. Like a tennis shot. It's not a very strong side. Sunrise Hyderabad need to rebuild. They've been decimated with the way that Warner has affected the side, to be honest. I'm going to keep saying it because it's true. It's not a lie. It's the way it is. It's not some made up situation. Very clinical. Trevor Bayliss is a great coach. He would get the best of the most teams. Tom Mooney, on the other hand, is a bit all over the shop. He must be. He's been very wayward with his selections and his processes that he's been involved with because he's not the coach. Open another channel where you don't need to worry about the copyright and show the full match. I'd love to, but we can't just do that. You know that. Williamson's driving beautifully. He's hit the ball wideish of mid-off there and went beautifully to the boundary. That's his forte for sure. And as we saw Coley before practicing the shot, after seeing Williamson do it, that wasn't one. A little bit uppish, but not much. Matches in Australia and England are interesting to watch on TV. True. Garton's certainly performing well. Let's have a look at the comparisons there of some of the players. George Garton has certainly put the use of left arm bowlers is a very significant part of this tournament. You've got obviously Garton, you've got Trent Bolt as another one. Bowling a lot of leg side here. Do you want to give it the game to him? Or gift the game to him? Garton comes in the bowl with a distinct rigor, like he's a real effort bowler. Coley's, it is important for him to win. This is one of his last opportunities, you'd think. Is there anyone in your house interested in cricket apart from you? Yes, they all are. Play with me in the backyard. My sister did it, in fact. That was a nice shot. Namibia played a game against Nigeria, Uganda against Tanzania. They're both they've been played in Rwanda and Kigali. Interesting. That's very much a lot of countries play cricket. I'll tell you that. No super over in the IPL. There's no super over if they tie scores, you're saying? Now we'll see. Kohli needs to break the trophy and jinx in this time. He needs to, for sure. He's got probably the most opportune situation now with teams. Oh, it kept low, kept very, very low. When you last ate Indian food? About a week ago. Is there any copyright issue if you play the commentary? Yes. Audio or visual? Yes. I'm the commentary. What are you talking about? Bowling, see out strategic timeout available between overs 6 and 9. The strategic timeout is very frustrating. Interestingly, when RCB and SRH played for the first time in IPL back in 2013, it was a super over match. Okay. But I don't think it'll be a super over match today. 1 for 45 off 5.3. So it's going to be a reasonable total. They keep this up. The 180 mark, which is way bigger than I thought it would be. We'll wait and see what they actually get there. That's the problem. They might be getting this. Well, no, they can't be right at the fourth. It'll be. They're picking up the run rate, and there's no one back there. That was Roy absolutely tearing apart Shabazz. Came down very much. It was very short. Good shot. Very good shot. Ooh, it's just a bit wide. Shabazz is a pretty competent bowler, I must say. Warner should join Dinda Academy. Why is that? In India, I'm guessing. Search Durga. Okay. Jason Roy seems a bit, it looks like grey, but it's not, can't be. He's not that old, but it's a bit greying. William Saha is next with Garg and then Holder, and Samad, Rashid, Bulvi, Malik, and Cole. Fair. $150 of 6. All right, it's pretty good. They've got wickets in hand, so they can afford to go for it. At least with this ground, the seeding colour is okay. In Metricon and Gold Coast, it was reddish pink, which was the colour of the ball. Very, very. This is a bit of slightly bigger ground. Burj Khalifa type architecture made up in Kolkata. Burj Khalifa, the largest tower. Burj Al Arab is the famous resort. All right, so but Burj Okay. So Roy's on 17, Williamson on 19. No, it's nowhere near right. Roy's filthy with himself that he didn't hit that further. $110 and 14 is 124. Okay. So, Norman, Ashok Dinda is an Indian bowler who played the IPL and got thrashed most of the time. Okay. Pratush, Indians are first in copying others. Not always. Williamson trying to get off strike. Yeah, big hits have gone straight to fielders so far this game. Nowhere near as conclusive as the last effort. This looks like Punjab. Oh, sorry, not Punjab. Sunrisers are just struggling through to survive as long as they can. But not having Warner there is that's 2 games in a row now, pretty significant. So this is game 52 between the Royal Challengers Bangalore and, of course, Sunrisers Hyderabad on top of that. It's being played at basically, well, you have Dubai and Abu Dhabi as turn space. So where are they playing it there? I call it a thrashing before the match. It's in Abu Dhabi. Herschel is the most valuable player effectively throughout the tournament. Steady but not flashy. RCB and so is CSK wins this time, it might be the last IPL today. I would agree. Pratiush Indians are first in copywriting others. Okay. RCB and DC never won the IPL. CSK and KO won 3 and 2 respectively. I don't think that CSK and KK will actually feature. It will be an RCB versus Delhi Capital type of final. The run rate is 8.29. I think that's a bit higher than I would have predicted it to be. Sad to see, like, not really a harsh sculpture. It's across the board. All channels are having like numbers drop. It's fine. You just need to relax. I think we have seen enough of the match, guys. All right. Roy on 22, Williams on 20. Okay, guys, we might just about. This is the only channel with sensible cricket talk. Thank you, Amit Shrestha. We've got a lot more people coming on. The semi-finals are coming up. We're going to have a bevy of hosts there. This is a difficult period. It can't be on every night. We have to respect that. Really do. Very slow, right? Very slow over rate so far. Very slow over rate. Chahal, the man that's out of the World Cup so far, will he be given a last-minute reprieve on the end of it? He's got 3 days to do that. The 10th of October is the deadline, as they're saying. Ooh, good delivery. But that's the off stump. Chahal has not been consistent. Let's be honest. Only channel on YouTube where there's two-way communication. Okay. Norman should play the Ashes and place Warner. Okay. I like the overrate rule in the 100. If team just misses the team allocated, then they need to add more men back into the circle. I like it. Harsh got the piece out. Yeah, penalising them for run rates in a game circumstance rather than just money is a good point. Correct. Willis is very steady, but not doing anything out of the ordinary, really. Fairly sluggish, really. Seems to be slowly a bigger crowd joining this spectacle. It's more in the stands game by game. They must be relaxing the rules regarding percentages. In Australia at the moment, it's 75% capacity. So it looks like RCB will have to bat pretty well. Chahal has been really good in the UAE. He's the leading wicket taker. 10 wickets, 7 matches is pretty good. Now he deserves a recall to the side. And 1 year travelling to Dubai. Well, our board is open to travel in November, so I might be there for the last week or two. We'll just wait and see. So I'm holding back. I think they will include Darwan and Chahal. If they do, it'll be good for India. One for 62 off 8.2 overs. Both these batters are in their 20s, 22 for Roy and 26 for Williamson. I think they will include, okay. Guys, can people travel from India to the UAE for the IPL or the Sports Indian expats? Mainly Indian expats, I'm pretty sure. Why Australia is having strict lockdown and border couldn't close when the most of the. Yeah, well, that's the point. It's actually up to 70% now, and in the next 2 weeks it'll be 80%, and then we'll be opening up fully December 1st. Yeah, surprised that SH haven't. They got the best two batters there, Roy and Williamson. Oh, just landed in the middle of nowhere. Roy got away with that. Definitely Jason Roy got away with that big time. Yeah, once they got one of these two out, if not both of these out, then we'll see a certain batting order collapse. I thought you were going home, Harsh. Australian government care more about their citizens' health as compared to Indian government. Well, yes, but we can manage our numbers better, right? We're very fortunate we've got $1.5 billion, which would be horrendous to try and organise in terms of health and administration of health. RCD don't have a good record against SH, just saying. Okay. Well, that's hopefully needs to change today. The umpire's throwing the ball when he's bowling. So, yes, from India we can travel UAE with COVID norms. Okay. Big, this is the big, I'm guessing it's action. Indian women versus, okay. 07, women's ashes. Women's ashes come through too. We've got a lot of cricket going on. Parkchester. Okay. Looks like the pitch is slowing down. It is. It's becoming frustrating and difficult to score runs on. The scores are going to be 120 or less. Yeah, it's pretty ordinary. Do you think Cummins will play in the T20 World Cup? Well, yes, I think he will. He should be on that group that'll leave him tomorrow with the Australian group. Yes, I think he is definitely going to be playing. All right. Interesting how, okay, Norman, have you been vaccinated? Yes, I've had both the Pfizer jabs, I've done, and I've had COVID-19 negative tests as well. And we should be 70% Monday, and then 2 weeks from there, another up to 80%, 80, 85, and they reckon by December we should be over 90. So strategic timeout is almost up. Okay, I will leave now too as well. So I'm going to do the same. So we're going to view, like, and share the post. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick. There's my Twitter handle at Norman Koch, also my Instagram handle. I have a YouTube page that's Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick. I have a LinkedIn under Norman Kochnick and a Facebook, Norman Kochnick. Albeit very, very exciting. It's still very good. All right, guys. We might actually consider leaving as well. All right. We'll see each other tomorrow for the double header. There'll be 2 double headers on Thursday. Today's Wednesday, so Thursday and Friday.